Welcome to the Blooming League of Original Podcasts.
G'day and welcome to another edition of Thrash and Treasure, the musical torture chamber comedy podcast where two evil clowns find new and unusual ways to musically troll each other, with a smile of course. I'm Gareth and I'm joined as usual by the yin to my yang, musical theatre's answer to Margaret Pomerantz, my co-host, Aaron. How you going, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. I'm very impressed. I'm smiling very broadly now.
I got a smile.
But I haven't warmed up my vocals today, so I may sound like a cold bitch for a change.
Oh, well that'd be something new and interesting for our audience. Yeah.
It would. Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. I've been on a lot of spider hunts this past week. I'll tell you what, we went all through summer and I maybe saw one or two white tails out in the kitchen, not in my room at all. 4 days into autumn. Are we in autumn? Yeah.
I don't know. Has it started yet?
Yeah, it's March.
All right.
Oh, goodness gracious, mate, it's March already.
Marching on.
Yeah, anyways, 4 days into March, and a giant fucking monster in my room, right behind my TV and the cabinet and all that, so I couldn't get to it. And I sprayed the fuck out of it, but...
Empty a can of Peebo on it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I have some sad news. Did I tell it on this podcast, or did I just tweet about it lots about my saga with the five-legged daddy longlegs?
I think that was in the Twitters. Yep.
Was it on here or Twitter?
It was definitely on Twitter. Talked about some daddy's legs, but wasn't spiders.
Okay. Well, I saved a five-legged daddy longlegs from my shower 10 times. No joke.
Okay.
It kept getting in there. I kept finding it before I would get in the shower, or I would turn on the water and I would see it. I would see it scramble away. So I'd turn off the water and save it. Now, I'm arachnophobic.
Right.
But I do know the value of a daddy longlegs because they kill the other ones. And this one, having 5 legs, is clearly a little bit battle-worn.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough little bitch. It wasn't a fully grown one.
Okay.
So, of course, me feeling awful for it, I have to save it 10 times. And anyways, and then I found a spider in the corner of my room, and I didn't want to let the bomb off because then I would kill... Sorry. I had a spider up in the corner of my room, a different one, right? And when I went to get the spray, it disappeared. So I went looking for it, and in looking for it, I found the 5-legged daddy longlegs in my room.
Okay.
So I don't know if it had come in here by chance or if it just looked at me and goes, there's my hero, I'm going to sleep above its bed and protect it forever and a day. But there it was in my room. So I sort of lightly blew on it and got it to move out the way. So I wanted to collect it up in a container and take it out of my room to let the bomb off because I didn't want to hurt this, or I didn't want to kill this spider, which I had saved 10 times. Like, I went to the effort I was naked in the shower with the fan on, freezing my ass off in the middle of the night, not wanting to get into the warm water because I wanted to save this spider. So therefore, I can't just kill it while it's in my room, can I? Like, that would be a dick move. I might sound like a bitch on this show, but I'm not. I'm really, really not. And anyway, so I let the spider go. I let a poisonous spider, I don't know what it was just a big black one, walk around my room, wherever the hell it was, for a week, just so I wouldn't kill this daddy longlegs.
Okay.
Right? But anyways, the other night, massive whitetail in my room. So I get out the spray and I sprayed it to fuck and it fell off and it died instantly. And then I put the can down on my my shoe shelf. As anyone who follows me on Twitter knows, I kind of like shoes. And I looked at my daddy longlegs and it was dead.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Do you know how disappointed I am in myself?
I wasn't expecting that.
I know, because it had been dangling below my old Doc Martens. And I left it there because it wasn't hurting anyone. It wasn't in the way, and it was my little friend.
Yeah.
I don't have many, and I've just fucking killed one.
Just killed one. Say goodbye to my little friend. Yeah.
Watch out, Gareth. So be
Yeah.
careful your choices. You might be next. No.
I'm hoping the distance, the
distance,
desert between us and a couple of states might keep me safe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was pretty disappointing.
Wow.
But
okay.
I mean, like, I'm glad that the thingy, like, I'm glad the whitetail's dead.
Oh yeah, that's got to die. Yeah.
Yeah, and through summer, I didn't see. As I said, I'd seen maybe 2 big ones. But what I didn't say was I saw maybe 100 babies.
Yeah.
And you can typically tell whitetails because they're long. Their bodies are longer, even when they're babies. And then they might only be a couple of millimeters small, but you can typically see the white tip as well against the black. And yeah, I wanted to get the exterminator in all summer, but obviously with things going on with COVID and all that, and things are a bit tougher than what they normally are. I just couldn't. And so I have to live in this house filled with spiders now. So when we moved in, it was a new house. It was a brand new house, and it was a brand new suburb as well. So all the plots of land were being dug up, and in the soil was all the spiders. So they would come to all the houses. So I had gone 9-10 years of my life having never known what a whitetail was. And then we moved here. And life has not been the same since, I tell you that. I fucking hate them. They're vicious.
It could be
They're
worse.
vicious.
I mean, it could have built the suburb on a, ancient Indian burial ground and gone full Amityville horror.
I would have preferred that.
My week had less spiders, so that was a good thing. I went to the Fremantle Maritime Museum and looked at
wow.
exhibition on Vikings, which was exciting.
The Batavia. Did you see the Batavia?
Did I see the Batavia? I've been, probably. I've been to the museum probably 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Oh, how was it?
I've been, it's great. The Vikings exhibition was quite good. It was a little bit small, but then I expect everything to be
bigger because they're Vikings, are all hunky and manly. Yeah,
bigger because they're Vikings.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but they had some really nice artifacts there and some good stories, and I learnt things, and it was fun.
Oh, why didn't you tell me? I would have geeked out over it. I would have asked you to stream it for me while you were there.
I didn't. Yeah, and I think I took one photo because I was just having such a good time just absorbing it all. So. Are
you fucking kidding me? Damn.
And then I went and had fried chicken and waffles. So, which
I think
just made it perfect.
the day. Oh, chicken and what? Where did you have them?
It was
in Fremantle.
In Freo, yeah. It was a place called Smokey's Bar or something. So, yeah.
Where's that? Is that near the cinema?
Yes.
Because there's a few there's a few nice little restaurants there. I think I might have had breakfast there because I was just so sick of Hungry Jack's and Subway. There's no fucking Macca's or KFC in Fremantle. What's up with that?
No, there's not.
Seriously, what's up with that? There was no McDonald's. This is a tourist place.
Yeah.
What the hell, McDonald's? You could be making millions, or not millions there, because there's not that many people there.
I would put it down to the city of Fremantle because it's a pretty progressive,
shitty,
green kind of lefty
shitty
bunch running it, and they're not going to have the golden arches in Freo because they're an alternative lifestyle kind of people. So
I noticed,
and I for one applaud them for that.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, that's because you didn't have to stay there at a fucking cheap backpackers, mate. That's why you saw that place. You saw that dive that I was stuck at.
I was so. I know. I had genuine sympathy for you. I did.
Thank you. It was awful. The first night there, I don't even know if I've got on about it at the show. The first 2 nights I was in a different room than when I saw you.
Yeah.
And in that first room, there was a guy who didn't shower. He would sleep maybe 3 hours a night, but he would work all day, party all night. But then he would, for that 3 hours, he would sleep in front of the air conditioner. So the whole room, I remember these are shared rooms with 8 people.
Yeah.
The whole room stunk of his BO.
That is disgusting.
Anyways.
Anyway.
We should get on with the music.
Yes.
Sorry. I wasn't going to talk much today.
No, but that's always the plan. Anyway.
You brought up that museum. It's your fault. You brought up the museum.
It's a great museum.
And it is. That Batavia's beautiful.
They've got America's Cup yachts on display, and they're all all that sort of thing. So yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, and then the most exciting thing for me was I found a copy of Judas Priest Sin After Sin on vinyl, Japanese pressing, which is their third album that came out in 1977, and I picked it up for not very much at all, and I was very, very happy when I got it home and realized that I got the Japanese pressing because it's so much better than the local one. So yeah, that was
I'm not surprised.
that was the exciting bit for me. So yeah. Anyway,
I'm not surprised. Japan always has a lot of awesome bonus tracks across all genres. It's not just metal. It really is.
Yep.
But the funny thing is, I am currently wearing my Japanese Jurassic Park t-shirt, which you are absolutely right, is much better than the one that I bought locally, which is in English. Did I say that right? Which is in English.
Which is in English.
Yeah, so that's lesser quality material, whereas this one's much better quality. It's thicker and just like me,
just
in the head.
Just better quality. Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of music,
yes,
we did music.
We're starting with I gave you something this week.
You gave me a headache this week. That's what you gave me.
Oh, you stole my joke, you bastard.
Well, yeah. Well, it wasn't. It wasn't syphilis. You didn't give me that. You gave me a headache. You gave me Can. Jesus.
I did a classic 1954 musical.
1954.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Both our parents were teenagers by then. Almost.
Thank God for the 60s and, Buddy Holly and Little Richard and everyone who came out of the 60s that gave us rock and roll. Because I can tell you, I looked up the top 50 songs of 1954 and they were awful. Every one of them. Every one of them was awful.
Buddy Holly died in 1959. I'm so incredibly insulted right now. It's not funny.
All right. Okay, good.
How dare you use my husband against me erroneously?
I think erroneous. Yep, I was out by a decade.
Well, 2 years.
I think you gave this to me as the ultimate troll. I honestly do.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say yes. 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 Let's lower your guard. Yes.
It is my God. It was like, do you know what it was like? It was like listening to elevator music in an old people's home.
Oh,
and
good.
I was stuck in the elevator between floors and the music wouldn't stop. It just kept going on and on and on. And I was stuck in hell. Absolute musical hell.
Well, I think there's some clever lyrics in there.
Do you know what the thing is? It's very old
cute.
And I think it's really dated and I don't think it's kind of cutesy anymore.
Is.
Although Every Man is a Stupid Man is quite a funny song and I'm going to give it I gave it half a star for that one. It did appeal to me. I thought, yeah, that's quite clever and a little bit risque because I'm assuming, and it is, the story's kind of risque, with the whole can and lifting up the dresses and the grumpy old men that are trying to stop people having fun. And I got a little bit excited about the song Montmartre because I've been to Montmartre and I loved it there. And it is a really interesting mix of this amazing cathedral, the Sacré-Cœur, which is right on the top of the mountain of Montmartre. And so you've got all this amazing architecture and these beautiful old buildings, and then you've got a red light district essentially, and there's sex shops.
Is the Moulin Rouge there?
There is the Moulin Rouge is there. Yep. So that's where I got a photo there. And yeah, that whole strip there is just full of sex shops and so my partner Reezy got asked if she wanted to go in to see one of the shows. And it was, I think off the top of my head, it was 22 euros for pussy.
Oh,
that's what the sign said in English, and I'm not sure if it was a little bit lost in translation.
Maybe,
but,
possibly.
You
just never know.
She turned them down, and I said, "Oh, we can go in if we want." But yeah, it's a yeah, so Montmartre, I love that song. And the problem with the song, it's only like 2 minutes long. Not even, it's a minute and a half long. And I went, hey, sing about the stuff I know about. I'm enjoying
Hang on,
this.
usually you're cheering because the song's only a minute and a half long, and now it's not fucking good enough for you. Oh my God, I cannot keep up.
Because I know. I'm a conundrum to myself.
That's a word for it, yes.
It was not, contrary to the lyrics of the song, it was not c'est magnifique, it was c'est non magnifique. I can tell you that. It was definitely not. Apart from, every man is a stupid man, which is quite clever. Everything else, the music was just so, honestly, it was like walking into if my grandparents were still alive, I can imagine walking into their place and just not being able to turn off the music, because it'd just be that sort of music, just so old. And I know it was written by Cole Porter, and he's done, he wrote some amazing songs, and it's not really my genre at all. Not at close.
I had no idea.
Not at all. I can tell you this was the hardest one I've had to listen to. I had to force myself to listen to it more than once. And I listened to it about 3 times. And I'm going, this is true hell. Yeah. It was, and I thought, you're just an evil genius, Aaron.
Me.
And I don't think this is a classic at all. I think you just found just a big crap show and just gave it to me.
Yeah, no, look, classic musicals are classic. They're fun, they're camp, they're totally gay. That's the level you're to embrace them on. You're not looking for assassins in fucking Can, man. You're not looking for a gripping story. You're looking for some cheery dagginess. And I think you get that in Can. And I'm so surprised you didn't enjoy the artist song, which really
never ever be.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. Again, lyrically, that's quite clever. But the music just, no. The music was just... And that actually reminded me again of Montmartre, because I know it's all set there. And there's lots of, Picasso spent time there and Dali spent time there, and there's all these... And there is some really amazing art around the place. So that was the connection I got, took me back to an amazing holiday I had in Paris. But everything outside of that it sounded like exactly what it was. It sounded like one of those old musical movies that they play on, Channel 7 at midday when I was a kid.
And
sent me screaming from the room and want to go outside.
So that's you, not them. That's your problem, not the films. I grew up on those movies. That sort of shit inspired me.
The shit's right. And also the Can song. The Can song's not even in there.
Well,
like that I know of, da, 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 da. It wasn't there. I'm like, where's the song? It's not there. Yeah, I honestly, I don't think you thought I was going to like this. I think you were just being fucking evil, to be honest. Or maybe that was my guilt. Maybe I was feeling guilty.
No, I wanted to mix it up a bit, because looking at my choices previously, obviously guests dictating a lot of the choices, which means sometimes years have been quite close to each other. So I wanted to throw us back to the 50s, the 40s, the 60s, somewhere a little bit more classical than a lot of the contemporary that we've been having lately. Like we've just done Into the Woods, Pippin, and Once in an Island, and they're only say 15 years apart, the 3 of them. So that's why it had nothing to do. It was either going to be this or another one that I had seen on stage, which I really do enjoy. The songs in it are great. There's a couple of pop standards that you might recognize. But I thought, because I've only seen so many productions, and we don't know how many episodes we're going to be able to get out of this ridiculous fucking concept. I mean, I hope a lot, because it's a fun game. And we can always throw in new genres along the way and mix things up and all that. And anyways, so I've got it. Basically, what I'm saying is I've got to save some of the ones that I've seen for later on down the track.
Okay.
So that's
it's
really
a bit like dessert.
Yeah. Like I've got a whole list of ones that, as I said to you, I've said weeks ago, that I've got a list of ones that I would predict you would give 4 or 5 stars to. So I split that in half. And I've put half of them away because I don't want to know about them just yet, but I'll go through the ones that, you know, on the first block, and then we'll get to those other ones.
If this was food, it was overcooked Brussels sprouts.
Oh, so my dad cooked it then, did he?
I was. Everyone overcooks.
That's not
Brussels
even
sprouts.
a joke. I'm sorry.
I know everyone overcooks Brussels sprouts. And I've pushed them, and I never do this, but I would have pushed them to one side of the plate and hopefully got away with not eating it all. But there it is. Can is the Brussels sprouts of musical theatre. There it is.
Oh, well, that's a quote for the ages. They'll be putting that on the back of the DVD, and the Blu-ray release.
Put that on.
Do you think
that'll make the director's cut.
In the compositions, not necessarily orchestrations, do you think in any way it could be contemporized?
Do you know what? I think it could. I think you could rework this and make it a little bit more modern, I guess. But yeah, I think the whole campy cheesiness, which I really enjoy, that I have enjoyed in some musicals. I think this one just lost it for me. It missed. Yeah. It was a big miss. Yeah. So
I'm guessing you didn't watch the movie.
I couldn't find the movie.
Oh, couldn't you?
The only place I could find the movie was on Google, in the Google, whatever Google's friggin' Play Store thing is. It was like region locked, so I couldn't. I couldn't get it because I did go looking for it. I thought, and I found it on Google. I went, oh, okay, I'll just give me that, and it was geo blocked, so could not find it. I thought was a little bit sad.
Yeah, libraries. That's where it will be, at the local library.
What? Yeah.
Probably on VHS, but the local library. Right. Okay. So we'll remember that, because video shops aren't around anymore, but local libraries still have DVDs and CDs.
Do they? Okay. All right, I'm going to go to the library.
Why didn't I think of that earlier? I have books in the library. Shit. Yeah. Well, that was a disaster of a choice, I guess.
It was. No, well, depending what you are after, but yeah, you get half a star on that one. Do you know what? I'm giving it... No, it's getting half a star because it gets a quarter star for... I'm sharing half a star between Never Never Be an Artist, Every Man is a Stupid Man, and Montmartre. That's they all get to share half a star each, and everything else can just... It's hurt my head.
Well, it should get 2/3 or something. I don't know.
I'm rounding it down.
No, okay.
Rounding it down to
fine.
half.
You got no appreciation for the classics.
None at all. For the classics, none at all.
We'll revisit Cole Porter again, obviously, because he's got enough musicals.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, and it's when I looked up the top songs of 1953 or 54 or whatever it was. He had like 3 in the top 50. So yeah.
He was one of the greatest songwriters, I believe. Am I making stuff up? I'm tired.
Yeah, and like I say, lyrically, there's some clever stuff in here, but yeah, I think the music, it was a bridge too far for this guy.
Oh wow, what a shame.
Yeah. We should go to a break and then come back with some rock and roll.
Sweet, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Coming this summer, winter, spring, or fall, the first ever musical theater sitcom, where you go behind the scenes of the latest West End show, the Fosse Forest Ballet.
Where's the important stuff? Aha! £1,000 a week ensemble rate. That's what Mamma Mia likes.
Starring Philip Joel and a West End cast featuring Carrie Ellis, Darren Day, Louise Demon, and Oliver Saville, and more.
It all started in 1987 when I was a jobbing actress working in a diner.
Yeah, it's just I had a really bad experience when I was touring Australia with a wombat.
Darling! Mwah, mwah. La, la. How long have I been mentoring you? 3 months?
2 years.
So her name is Henrietta.
The horse.
Yes. I've managed to secure you an audition for the biggest, most innovative, and the latest show to be going into the West End. Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Think more along the lines of Pant.
Frozen.
You can watch this episode for the price of a coffee. Simply go to www.thefussyforestballet.com. Any and all profits go back to theatre charities, acting for others, and the Theatre's Trust. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll see a grown man in sparkly tights.
Tight nights. Nice. Tights.
And welcome back to Thrash and Treasure. Thank you to our sponsors. I hope you had a listen. Click on what they're selling and go and buy their stuff because it all helps us. I'm back. I'm also back with Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
Hello.
And Aaron, I'm really excited about us coming back because we've heard what I thought about the Can. I really want to know what you thought about what I gave you.
A headache.
Are we writing the same jokes?
No, I was mimicking you.
Good.
You gave me Children of Bodom, bunch of words.
Hey, Crew Deathroll, the classic album.
What you said. Alrighty, we ready for my review?
I'm ready for your review.
When I first saw the cover, I thought, So then I slipped the needle onto the Spotify, and with the first track, I was like, And then track number 2, I was all, But then track 3, Chokehold, Cocked and Loaded, cocked, had me wondering if this was maybe a reference to police brutality. So I paused it and looked up the album, then the band, only to immediately recognize the name Aleksi Laiho, and a coldness washed over me as I clicked on his wiki page.
Yeah.
At a devastating 41 years old, the world lost this creative man. And as Gareth here knows, I'm currently grappling with an unsurprising fatal illness within my family. So therefore, out of respect for the band, I raise my white flag and surrender this week. I've said it before, that I'm not a nice person, but I am a good person. But I'd like to hope that my co-host and mortal enemy, Gareth, knows me well enough to know that the not nice of which I speak is seldom true, and has more to do with my sassy comebacks, which is only for shits and giggles. The shock loss of Aleksi Laiho is not only very recent, but hits me close to home far too much, even beyond a sick sibling. I concede with a lump in my throat, but my head held high. You can have a win this week. That was really, really mean.
No, I wasn't being mean.
Yeah, well, it was.
I wasn't being mean, and I was thinking about Aleksi, and I actually want to do this album just as a tribute to him, because
I want you to talk about him and them. That's what I want, because I'm not in a place, because we're still I don't want to talk about my private stuff on here, obviously. We're still in a place of unknowing, and in limbo, and so I would be doing myself, Aleksi, and my family a utter disservice if I was to take that anger out on this music. I'm a good person at heart, so
You are a good person.
I'm going to wave my tissue as a flag, and then I'm going to wipe my eyes.
Okay. All right. No.
Nice try.
No, look, I wasn't.
But I am smarter than you.
I wasn't being. I wasn't trolling you with. Okay, I'm trolling you. With,
I know.
I'm trolling you with the genre.
I know.
But having said that,
I don't think you connected the dots. That's what I think it is.
I think
I don't think you connected the dots. You're the scatterbrain in reality, whereas I'm the scatterbrain on the show. I'm not angry at you. Please don't think that, because this show is a privilege to make with you. But for drama's sake, I thought I'll open up a little bit and step back.
Okay.
This week, I'm sorry to metal fans. You might have been looking forward to me offending you, but no, I it's too close to home.
Yeah, I get that. I honestly, I wanted to do a Children of Bodom album as a tribute to Aleksi, because he was a absolute genius as a guitarist, as a frontman, as an artist, absolutely. And I think if you were going to get into melodic death metal, if someone said to me, give me melodic death metal, that if I want to start off and try and understand the genre, I would drop this album on them any day of the week. It's their first 3 or 4 albums are absolute brilliant, I think. And so I thought, I wanted to get some more sort of subgenres into the show, and I was a toss.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and melodic death metal is something I really quite enjoy. So yeah,
it's just the timing. That's all. If it had been 3 weeks ago, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Maybe. Probably still would have, I would have been very tiptoey and respectful.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't have surrendered, because obviously it wouldn't have hit personally. But it is only in the past 2 weeks, as you know, that this has all been coming down, and I've been dealing with all this. So So anyway, sorry, keep talking.
Yeah, look, and it's one of those things. But no, this was a tribute. I love sharing the music, and I love the music. And there's and I was listening to this today, and after that was my palate cleanser, as I always do.
Yep.
And I got, and you know how Spotify, you finish listening to the album and I've got it set so it just keeps playing. And I was outside, pulling up trees and chopping branches and doing this,
Listen to, I'm a man,
doing a bunch of lumberjack shit, listening to Finnish melodic death metal. And I just kind of got swept away in it. And I'm thinking about it, and given what, what's happened to Aleksi and how he lived his life and how he died, there's some tragic songs in here. This is
Parallels.
a 2003. Somebody put something in my drink. That's Aleksi all over. It's kind of tragically hilarious. Some of the stuff that they wrote about and sang about. So I saw them live, open for Megadeth, and it is one of the very few. They are one of the very few support acts that I heard before they came on. The whole crowd chanting their name. It was like it was their gig, and it absolutely blew me away. It was the first time I saw them, and it was a really pinch yourself kind of moment. I thought, these guys have got the respect of this crowd, and they haven't played a note yet, but people were really, really excited to see them, and and they blew the roof off the place and put on it's the one thing, they always put on a great show. I love this album. They do covers as well. Silent Scream is a Slayer cover.
Oh, okay. Oh, then I would definitely know that one. Sarcasm.
They've also, if you go into their covers, they've also covered "Oops, I Did It Again."
Oh, okay. Yes, that one I know.
If you find that, they've got a really long, rich history of covering kind of off kilter type out of their genre songs.
Yeah.
But this album,
I like that.
Yeah, this album, when I first heard it, this was the second album of theirs that I heard, and it's probably become my favorite. And I think it just kind of gets me. And I love the keyboards in it, and that's what really gets me about their music. The keyboard gives it's almost a symphonic kind of feel about some of their music, and I think it actually sort of softens some of their music, although it's brutal and it's heavy. But you've got this kind of this softening with the keyboards, and the keyboardist he's quite incredible. And if you see them live, the way he plays it, just ridiculous. It's vertical. It's hard to describe, but it's if you look at it, he's got it set up. He's not playing it as on a what would you call it, as a landscape. He's got it set up vertically, and he's kind of leaning over it and beating the living crap out of it. So
it's tilted.
It is tilted
back.
Good word. Yes, yeah.
It's tilted back. That's on a vertical tilt.
There it is.
It's a rake keyboard. That's a stage that slopes is called a rake stage.
Yeah. Well, he rakes the shit out of the keyboard. So But they're just they're an amazing live band, and you know they've put out some incredible music, and the name's just, well, it's not hilarious because it's kind of a little bit sad, but I rate them as one of my all-time favorite bands, and yeah, I was very
cool.
I was really saddened to hear when Aleksi passed. So.
Well, I know you were, and I know. Sorry to cut you off there, but that's the thing. It was only recently, after I had started doing this Twitter for our podcast, so therefore I saw the reactions from our listeners, and I have too much respect for you guys. Plain and simply. Okay. I really do. It doesn't matter what else is going on in my life. Doesn't matter about anything like that. I'm not going to shit all over your feelings. It's still too raw to some people. I mean, people lost Chester Bennington how many years ago, and people are still reeling from it today.
Oh, look, that still comes up, and I jumped on a podcast and shared my thoughts about Chester Bennington at was it the first anniversary? No, it must have been when he died. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I just, I wanted to do it because I think if you haven't heard Hate Crew Deathroll by Children of Bodom, go and chuck it on and have a listen. And if melodic death metal's not your thing, well, there it is. But to me, it's a great album.
Is that good? I'm glad you enjoy it. No, I'm genuinely. I'm not saying that to be sarcastic or a bitch. I'd made that decision because I wanted to sit and listen to you talk about them and what you thought about their music, as opposed to me just shitting all over them. And
so you didn't. It's not your thing. No, you didn't enjoy it.
If all of that was different, it would have been one of my most scathing reviews. But
okay.
That doesn't matter. It does not matter.
I've got a few more up my sleeve.
Yeah,
for that.
I don't do this to be disrespectful. I don't do it to be a total bastard. I do it because I just want to make you guys laugh, and there is no way there. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. If I can, maybe in a year, and I can find a good angle that. That it will be respectful, then maybe, let's revisit, not this album specifically, or, or maybe this album again, and we'll give it a go. But you can have 5 stars as a pity 5 stars.
A sympathy 5 stars, does that?
But a sympathy 5 stars, it's a genuine sympathy, though. It's not a patronizing, condescending one. Yeah. I'm not going to shit all over this. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not that. People might think I am. In a couple of episodes, someone's going to call me a massive prick. And he's wrong.
Is that me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, did I write any notes?
That was really quite surprising. And there's a first for Thrash and Treasure podcast.
We do. We're going to have a few firsts every now and then. And here's our first surrender. Don't want many of them, like...
No.
We want the game to be torturous, but, as I say, respect. That's one thing I do have. Also, I have fucking common sense and common decency.
Yeah.
So, nice try, Gareth.
Okay.
You pulled an episode 1 stunt on me again. And yet again, I outsmarted you. No, you didn't. As I say, I don't think you... And I knew it at the time. I don't think you had connected the dots.
I hadn't. No, I had not. That's me, because I'm just wrapped up in my own little world.
No, but there's also... There's been a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Well, you can keep talking about the band if you like.
That's right. I could dribble on forever. I could go through song by song.
That's fine.
Triple Corpse Hammer Blow. I just love the name of the song, let alone the song itself. It's just great.
What's it called?
Triple Corpse Hammer Blow. What the hell does that mean? It doesn't matter because it's just such a cool name for a song.
It sounds like a Ninja Turtle move, a figurine.
It's
like get the new Leonardo. What was it? The Triple Death something glow, whatever you said. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that's what you're being advertised. A
It's like a
triple chop action figurine or something.
it's like a secret move in Street Fighter. Look, this is arguably, in my opinion, their best album. So if you want a little tribute to Aleksi, then listen to this one.
When I know more, because at the moment, as I say, there's a bit of unknowing and in a bit of limbo. When I know more, I'll sit down and I'll listen properly. I won't make any sass, but I'll nod my head afterwards and move on with my life. But I'll have given them respect to finish the album. But this time I just couldn't. It was This past 2 weeks has been a roller coaster, as you know.
All right. It is. It looks an acquired taste.
But anyway, sorry to ruin your fun.
No. It's kind
but you got you made me cry, so at least there you
don't really. I don't want that on my resume. So
you can walk away proud of yourself.
I'm not. I don't want to be.
You're the first one to make one of us cry. You've already cried. That's right. During a couple of musicals, I think it was The Prom. You shed a tear.
Yeah, I got. The Prom gave me lumps in my throat and maybe a little tear.
And Come From Away.
Come From Away did that. Yeah. That hit me right in the feels.
Yeah. So okay, that's all right. I've already made you cry. It took you a while to catch up. Shit.
Yeah, you're too up on me on the crying, but anyway.
I am. That's so funny. Two guys trying to make each other cry on a podcast. Oh my god, that is so funny. That's like a whole show in itself. That would be so funny. But anyways.
All right, we should swap albums.
Yes, we should. I'm gonna go easy on you next week. We're gonna call this one The Calm Before the Storm. And I'm going to give you something that you're going to be familiar with. Not necessarily the songs, though. Maybe one particular song. And it's another tourist musical.
Oh, dear. Okay.
It ran for about 8 years on Broadway.
Wow. Okay.
A little musical called Spamalot.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, good. Very good.
Okay.
Excellent. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I can't wait to send it to you.
All right,
you got to listen to it right away this time. Don't wait. Listen to it right away.
Okay.
I don't want to know your reactions. Well, maybe just give me one little reaction. Cause
I never know. Sometimes when I'm listening to these, I just want to tweet something, a little reaction, but I stopped doing it because I save it for the podcast. So.
Well, let's just say this is on my 5-star list.
Okay.
Look, if you say to me, you're right, then awesome. I'll know what you're talking about. If you don't say anything, then I'm wrong.
If I don't say anything, it's just because I haven't got round to it yet, but that's all right.
Listen to it right away. Trust me. You got to trust me this time. You're going to laugh your head off for one thing, not just at the songs, but at what it is.
All right, don't tell me anymore.
But I don't want to tell you. Okay, so give me your choice.
Right. Spamalot. Sounds very Monty Python. Yeah. Anyway, that's okay. I'm changing tack entirely this time.
Of course,
this time.
You do,
and I assaulted your ears with some melodic death metal. So I'm gonna soothe it a little bit now.
No,
I don't know.
No, you assaulted my heart, not my ears.
All right,
wrong organ. Are the ears an organ?
That's a different. I'll ask Dr. Carl. Anyway, I'm going to give you one from a few years ago. The band's called Helloween. That's with an E, HELLOWEN.
Yeah, I could tell by the way you said it for some reason. And the first thing I wrote was HE before you.
Because when you're metal, there's nothing more. Everything's hell. Helloween, The Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 2.
Why not Part 1? What's with you metalheads going to the fucking second part before you get to the first part and naming the second song after the first fucking track? Arrival, shit like that. 2.
Yeah, Arrival was his... King Diamond, he just keeps giving.
It keeps happening. Ryan picked Periphery 2 instead of giving me Periphery 1 to find out the story first. Yeah. Shit. Hang on, I'm looking for a pen that actually works. Oh, look, I got a whiteboard marker. I'll write
Halloween.
Okay, so it's Halloween.
Keeper of the Seven
Keeper of the
Keys, Part
Keys.
2.
Keeper of Grains and Keys of Hogwarts.
It's a little bit like that. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'll give that a crack.
Give that a crack.
I do like Halloween, but why aren't you waiting until Halloween episode to do that?
Oh, because
are you
it's
going to
just
bring them back? Are you?
Yeah, there'll be a reprise. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Because they've got a new
That's
album
cool.
coming out very, very soon. So I'm a bit
cool.
excited. So
I'll admit I was expecting Alice Cooper's latest album, considering you and your brother have been spam a lot about it. But
I got quoted in Wikipedia, so I was pretty happy about that.
I know, I saw that. Which one of you guys did that? You or Brownie?
That was not me. I don't touch Wikipedia.
No, I don't either, because I don't want people to find out me ISP. Like, no,
And it wasn't Brown, and it wasn't Brownie. So
I was joking.
Yeah,
joking.
So thank you to the Wikipedia editor for putting my words in there. It was Andy. He's all over everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should wrap things up.
Yeah, that was a bit of a dumpster fire.
But before we do, I want to shout out some socials. And what I want to say is don't forget to rate us and review. Leave a comment on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Give us 5 stars and tell us why you love us. It's how people find us. So the more ratings we get, rate and review, the more...
Or roast.
The more... Rate or roast, either way. The more ratings we get, the higher up we go and people find us and we can share the love.
Do we? I didn't know all that.
Yes. That's how it works. Check out Thrash and Treasure on Twitter. You can also check me out at Not Gareth. The Poet of Metal account is out of the Naughty Corner.
Yay.
So I'm back tweeting on that one. They just let me out. They didn't say why they put me there. But we're just happy to get the Poet of Metal back again. Don't forget to check out the Toniston Tales because Aaron spent a lot of time writing books, so people should read them.
Yeah,
so check those out.
14 years? I started in 2006 and finished in 2020. So 14 years.
14 years. Go and check out the Toniston Tales. It's a great read. And rate and review them on wherever you buy them.
I'd appreciate that.
That'd be great. Have you got anything?
Shout out to Death in Bloom again for the theme.
Thank you, Death in Bloom.
We've got some awesome guests coming up.
Yes.
Gareth, you have no idea what's coming your way.
It's a little bit...
I warned you. You have beaten me into submission. And my volcano has been bubbling away. And it is ready to explode.
Okay.
It is game on, bitch.
Sounds good.
But I think you're going to like this week's.
All right.
I really do. Or next week's. I think that's all. I've got nothing written on my board. I've got no notes this week. It was a surrender week. It really was. It was I really don't need this on my conscience.
Go listen to Halloween.
now.
That'll cheer you up.
I don't need something else to feel
On that
shitty
note,
about. I'm done.
Let's go. I've been Gareth.
Bye.
That's been Aaron. You at home. Thanks for listening. What? Stay safe. See you next time.
Hooroo.
Are you eating chips?